It looks like the Bitcoin whale is doubling down. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions, and some pretty interesting development in the secret person, individual, maybe institution that is shorting Bitcoin. So it caught a lot of attention because someone opened over the weekend, or I think like last Friday, I'm not too sure what it was, a few days ago. I talked about it over the weekend where someone opened like a $400,000 or $400 million short position on Bitcoin. Everyone obviously was really focused, like, what does this person know? This person has now doubled down. So they, I think, reduced originally, and then now they've doubled down on their position. $522 million is the now new position that is currently shorting Bitcoin. He set all of his sells at $63,757. That is calling for a 25% drop. I mean, single-handedly, percent ROI, that would actually be a larger return ROI than what Michael Saylor has made currently percent-wise investing in Bitcoin. Isn't that crazy? Because a lot of people view Michael Saylor as someone that's like super, he's a genius, right? He owns 2% of the supply of Bitcoin. The part that people don't take into consideration is that, remember, he's borrowing money from you guys, his investors, as he dilutes you with more share offerings. And because of that, as the price of MSTR began to go up, and so did Bitcoin, he began to become very over leveraged and, very aggressively invested in Bitcoin at extremely overbought levels. And I want to show you this very quickly. If you guys did not see, all of his positions are disclosed. You guys all have access to this. His average purchase price, I wanted you guys to be aware of. His average purchase price for Bitcoin is $66,360. So based off of his current ROI, if I'm not mistaken, he's up like 17%, something like that, based off of his average purchase price and the current price for Bitcoin at 83,000, right? Because again, if we do very simple math, we look at it at 60, what was it? It was like 66, almost 67,000. Let's just say that he's at 66.3. And at the current level, my apologies. He's right around 25% based off of the current price level of $83,000 per Bitcoin. Isn't that wild? That this person that is viewed as, oh man, like this guy is a genius, right? He's made so much money off of Bitcoin. No, it's because he purchased so much at extremely overbought levels. And that is and was his plan, right? That because of how much Bitcoin has retraced, and this is why we always talk about this, I'm not just talking about Bitcoin itself. Anytime, any stock, any form of asset is potentially very overbought, be careful, right? To not be too aggressive, because at any retracement, especially if we do enter a bear market, what do you think will then happen to Michael Saylor's position with MicroStrategy? Do you think investors will begin to ask for their money back, want to sell out? What happens then? I think that if we do see a pullback, which eventually we will, we always do, right? A bear market with Bitcoin, not only can we see Bitcoin see a very aggressive sell-off as it normally does. It sells off about 70 to 80% every single time from previous all-time highs. But I think because of what Michael Saylor has done and how over-leveraged he's become at those overbought levels, he will cause more harm to the entire crypto industry than that has ever happened before. I think he will be single-handedly one of the main reasons that if Bitcoin does crash, this time it could possibly crash even further because of his doing now, because he will possibly have to be liquidated again at such overbought levels. So very excited to follow up. Just wanted to update you guys on this. You guys could see this, his position, $522 million short. This is with 40x leverage. So far, he's down $1.3 million. His entry price is $83,898. So he's actually up now based off of his average purchase price. And then the current price, this is when the current price was at 84,000. So he's probably up a few 100,000 based off of the current price and his entry price. So we'll see how this develops. He's using $13 million worth of margin. Man, what a wild position, especially if you guys have been paying attention, not just to his position, but Michael Saylor's. This is something that, again, a lot of people don't even take into consideration. A lot of people like to support Michael Saylor. Obviously, I like to talk shit on MicroStrategy. I think it's a piece of shit company. I've always been very open about that. As soon as I became aware of MicroStrategy, when I was trading at $500 per share, I laughed. I was like, it's a failing company. It went for a Hail Mary to invest in Bitcoin. And the part that cracked me up now about all of this is that look at all it, you might be looking at all of these red numbers and you're like, what is this? Why is this down 215 million? Why is this down 771 million? Why is this down 281 million? These are all in the past 3 to 5 months, MSTR's or Michael Saylor's purchases of Bitcoin. And because he purchased so much at these overbought levels, this is how much he's lost since investing in Bitcoin. Look at this. The only purchase in the past 3 months that is green is the one he most recently purchased of $10.7 million. And that's at the average purchase price of $82,000, almost $83,000. So we're literally almost break even at that. And he's only up $142,000 after investing $10.7 million. Again, I guess the ultimate money glitch is really just to short Bitcoin at these extreme overbought levels. Now, again, going into the middle of last year, he does have a few purchases that were up or are up based off of, again, him buying during the bull run. But this is the issue. Then he continued to buy very aggressive at 88, at 97, 95, 98, 100, 106. He wanted to get into this whole gimmick of buying Bitcoin every single week. Now he's going to pay the price, right? $30 million in the red, $122 million in the red, $219 million in the red, $302 million in the red. Literally, like, he is good at losing money when investing in Bitcoin based off of his most recent purchases, based off of his overall average purchase price. Again, he's still up about 25%, and you just have to pray. I can see why. He is so active on social media, especially on x.com, and he's trying to convince everyone to invest in Bitcoin because literally his life depends on it. I could only imagine the backlash that he is going to get and possibly the Sam Bankman-Fried treatment all over again if Bitcoin crashes, if MSTR begins to crash, and then what happens to everyone that invested in MicroStrategy that those shares are currently being borrowed against. I think it's going to be a whole cluster of something we've never seen before, but I'm very excited to follow up. I also want to show you this. I showed you guys earlier in today's video, the $8,000 that I made shorting Tesla as Tesla was selling off. But I also, again, I like to show you guys my green trades and my red trade. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. I lost $1,800 shorting MicroStrategy today, and I closed out my position. Like I've told you guys before, I do not carry any of my positions overnight. I like to short if I see an opportunity, but as soon as direction begins to change, again, my job is to cut losses as soon as I see that quick change of direction. So I did end up losing 1.8K. Again, we'll see how tomorrow presents itself. I lost 1.8K on MicroStrategy and made 8.1K on Tesla short. So overall, still up $6,000 on the day and very excited to see what tomorrow presents. Remember, FOMC rate decision this Wednesday. I will be live streaming it for free on my channel. So just another reason to subscribe. Also, if you want to watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow, all you have to do is click that second link in the description down below and join us for $1.35 a day is what it breaks down to. Hope to see you there. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.